let's get to cost of living. And it is, as always, the number one subject. We talk about it every night. Why? Because it matters. Why? Because you are living it. Well, we've got some interesting numbers on the economy today on the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is the same at 3.5%. Remember, the government expects 140,000 people to lose their job by the time of the budget next year as it gets to a 4.5% unemployment rate. The good news is a football stadium of people got full-time jobs, but a smaller regional football stadium of people lost their part-time jobs. But all of this is headline news, which obviously plenty of people covered in Canberra today. But the reality is that the ability for you to spend the same amount of money on things that you did 12 months ago, let alone 2 years ago, is going backwards. That's called real wages. That's the point the Libs were making today.
The economy shuddering to a halt. We're seeing inflation going up much faster than wages, so real wages going backwards. And of course, productivity is completely shot, Andrew, down 4.6% in the last 12 months. That's absolutely extraordinary. That's almost half of the gains of the previous decade lost in just a single year. And of course, the result of that is Australians do feel like they're working harder for less, and that's exactly what is happening.
If you're somebody who's trying to renovate or, God forbid, build a house at the moment, you know how expensive that is all the way around the country because, apart from the fact that all of the materials, most of which come from overseas, all cost more because they come from overseas, but also we learn that there have been hundreds of building companies that have gone bust. Many of the companies that offered people a fixed amount of money to build a house have not been able to build those houses for that number, and therefore they end up going bust. According to the Daily Telegraph today, ASIC figures reveal 91% increase in the number of construction failures. The construction industry in that state recorded 981 corporate failures in the financial year to June 30. That's a 91%, up on the 513 for the same time in the previous year. Pay attention. It's the highest number in the past 10 years since ASIC started actually reporting industry-specific insolvency data.